Hi, I'm Rahul Kakkar,
And I'm Sergis Barreto.
and this is our long-term Hyundai Alcazar, which we've been driving for a while.
Yeah, and quite a while. We've put on the clock about 40,000 kilometers, right, Rahul? And of those 40,000 kilometers, I think between just Rahul and me, we've put how many of those?
At least about 30 to 35,000 kilometers.
Exactly, 30 plus thousand kilometers between the two of us. We've really hogged the Alcazar skis. And over the next 5 minutes, you'll know exactly why. Okay, Rahul, first thing, let's get straight to it. The real reason why we hogged this car.
Of course.
The Autocar fuel card, the yellow card that tells a story of some incredible mileage, right? I mean, 16, 18, 16, 18, 17, 15.
These are some incredible numbers that have been achieved driving in the city. I drive this car every day to work and for a good reason.
Yeah, I think mileage is definitely something that this car has delivered. Diesel engine is really frugal, and I think what's really nice is it's nice to drive, right?
I mean, it's really comfortable. It's not a driver's car per
Yeah.
se. It's not very sporty, but in terms of practicality, it really delivers. And how
True.
it's got the 6 seats
Six,
with the captain
yeah.
seats here.
True.
It's got cooled seats. It's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto.
True.
It's got wireless charging for the phone.
Yeah, Bose sound
Bose
system.
sound system, which is also really fantastic on long drives.
True. But I don't think it's all perfect because we've got this really lovely panoramic sunroof, which I think the whole office we haven't figured out how to operate, right?
Even I haven't. I mean, every time you try to open it, let's just
Let's
give it
just
a try. When you want only the sunshade to open, what actually ends up happening is
Yeah,
the sunroof
both.
opening, which is
Yeah,
Very
it is
irritating.
Very irritating. Yeah, I think a few bits have given us like a little problem, like this AC vent here that broke, right? I mean, it just fell off.
like.
But
Apart from that,
yeah.
but the way this car has
True.
aged also has been
Yeah, I think
nice and slow.
you're
It
right.
still feels quite fresh. I like the interiors quite a bit.
True,
It's nice combination of black and brown, which looks a little premium.
right,
So it's
True.
quite nice.
true, absolutely, yeah. In fact, even the rear, the second row, my kids absolutely love the second row.
Of course,
Right,
yes.
because of the tray. And in fact, hey, you know what? You guys went on the K2K, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So K2K, obviously, in fact, you'll be surprised. Most of the crew was lining up to be in the Alcazar more than
Right, yeah,
being in the
than-
Porsche because this was more comfortable in sense of more space for all the equipment to charge the equipment, to transfer all the footage, the charging point for the mobile, for GoPros, etc.,
Correct.
and for the laptop, of course, the tray is there.
Working on the laptop.
Also, what is really nice is the sunshade on the side, which you just
Yeah,
put
yeah.
it up, and you got like a mini office going
True,
on here.
True.
Plus, on a full load, we were 4 of us in the car, and the rear seat folded, the third row folded. I mean, it took
everything,
entire
right.
equipment, right from our luggage to the camera equipment, and everyone was really comfortable.
True. No, I know. I heard about the K2K drive, and I heard as much as I heard about the star car. I also heard about the support car.
Exactly, and it was
People
such
loved
a
it.
feat for this car because it covered, say, 9,000 kilometers, close to 9,000
Okay.
kilometers within a month.
Yeah,
That's quite a bit.
something. And very terrain, very temperature, everything. I think
Exactly.
So how about we continue this conversation on a drive?
makes sense. Show them what it does dynamically too.
Sure, let's go.
The manual, that's the other thing I wanted to say about this car is you and I have both used it in the city.
Yes.
I've taken it to go on the highway, okay, the manual's fine, but in the city too, I didn't at least feel so much of labor intensive as a task. Yeah, I would have preferred an auto for sure.
True.
But I think as far as manuals go, this isn't a heavy clutch or a heavy gear shift.
Exactly, I would agree with you on this completely because I drive close to say about 40 to 60 kilometers on a daily basis within the city,
Right? Within Bombay
And-
City.
and I'm not complaining about my left knee, so
True.
that says a lot, right?
True. Right.
So overall, the experience of using this has been very smooth. May it be service or there has
True.
been no breakdown of sorts or something that's not
Yeah.
working
True.
or functioning properly.
Reliable. Yeah.
So
that's
reliability
really
wise,
reliable.
it's been really up there.
True.
I think I'm gonna be driving it for a couple of more months if I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, between you and me, let's just make sure the keys only exchange our hands.
So this is the argument, or rather an agreement that Sergis and I have over this car. Mind you, we have more sporty cars in our fleet that we
Yeah,
also
true.
like driving,
True.
but practicality always sort of takes the
Yeah, true.
priority
true.
here. And
Yeah, especially when you use it day in day out and you take your family out, like the third row.
yes,
And Rahul, whenever my parents come down or I have to take my mother-in-law out and we are 5 or 6 of us, I grab this car. The
Right.
third row, Sarah sits in the third row.
right.
She's a small tiny little girl, fits happily. So the lack of space, because it isn't all that great in the third row,
Right.
but for her it's just fine. And she's got a USB over there to charge her phone. There's your I think blower controls. There's a separate AC vent, cup holder. So
Yeah.
it's really a nice place, and the quarter glass is not really tiny one, so she doesn't really feel hemmed in.
For me, I haven't used it for all 3 rows as such, but what I really find interesting is you can fold the third row completely, and it literally more than doubles
Yeah.
the boot space, and there's so much stuff that you can move around. So
true.
I find that really useful.
Okay, so I think that's really the Alcazar long-term report from us. 40,000 kilometers we've put on the clock, between the two of us, 30,000 of those. And while we have some stuff to complain, like this fiddly sunroof controls, the AC vent that kind of just broke off the plastic piece, apart from that, we love it.
We absolutely love it, and we would like to drive it even more and put a lot more miles on it while we can.
Here's to the next 40 then, Hyundai. This car.
I hope you're listening.
Yeah, another 40,000 kilometers, please.